Alright, we're going to review Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Kraang Conspiracy. So this is one of the more weirder episodes of the Turtles, but also explores a lot of good stuff. So it's about April and the Turtles going on a little training section, but April's just having a hard time keep up, and even Raph clowns at Donnie when he tries to help her. And we also get to see them use grapple hooks. I felt like saying that because I thought they looked cool. And April is just like, who knew turtles can be so fast? And this is kind of a nod at real turtles, since real turtles aren't really fast. They're very slow, but Ninja Turtles, they're fast. Since they're ninjas after all. And apparently they claim they train for hours. But I couldn't imagine training for that long. But anyway, while the turtles are having a conversation, they were getting stalked and getting some photos taken of them. And then the turtles catch on what that mysterious person's doing. And then they get into a foot chase with him. And then they find him in his apartment. And apparently this man has a bunch of Kraang photos, pictures of the turtles, April. And they agree it's creepy. But then they see the man hiding in the shadows since they're in a very dark room. And Raph's just like, hey guys, I think that's it for today. Let's get out of here. And then Raph instead just grabs the man. And then it's just making the man they talk. And it's revealed the man is named Mr. Kurtzman. So Mr. Kurtzman was basically an investigator for the Kraang. And he's been studying them for years. He even knows like lore of them. Like we get these like weird photos of like the Kraang as like pilgrims or checking out the mummy's tomb. And apparently he was only doing it for research. And he's even fascinated by meeting the famous Ninja Turtles. And if I tell that he isn't a bad guy after all, I mean, sure, the photos are weird, but he's researching after all. But it's then interrupted by the Kraang. And they end up almost killing Kurtzman, but the turtles save him, surprisingly. And then Kurtzman decides to have them go to this Kraang base to find out what's going on with the Kraang. And then the turtles sneak in with April. And then this is where the weirder stuff happens. The turtles do check out the Kraang charging their batteries. Basically, they're kind of like a phone now. And then the turtles, here's the big twist. The Kraang have been working on a project. They are making April O'Neil clones. So that's crazy. And we found out that April has psychic powers for a reason. Like, she can hear the Kraang talk and stuff. But we do get an appearance of Kraang Prime, which is nice. And she catches them trying to listen to what they're thinking. And then the turtles end up going into a holding cell, but then it's revealed that it's one of the April clones. And the real April's actually been captured by the Kraang, and they're trying to torture her, basically. And then this is where the episode gets weirder, as I said. The turtles have to fight a giant April O'Neil clone with like a giant like head and like arms, a foot, and like just says Durf, and they call it April Durf. And by the way, fun fact, I had this card game of Ninja Turtles. I don't know what happened to it, but one of the cards actually has the April Durf on there. It was so strange. And it's basically like a super mutant, and then the turtles are trying their best to take it down. But then Raph has to rescue April, and he's just like, it's my turn. Like, all the turtles had their chance to rescue April. Well, except Mikey. And April's just like, great, saved by Raph. And Raph saves her. And then the turtles basically have to figure out where the real April is, since all the clones got unleashed. They do defeat the April Durf, by the way. And I wasn't really sure about them killing all the Aprils. And April just pulls out her little weapon and slices and dices all these April clones with the turtles. Like, aren't they technically human too, since they're clones? they technically killed, in a way. Well, I guess I'm overthinking it. I guess they don't view it as human since it's a clone. I don't know, but clones are just as human as us humans. I think you get the point. Then the turtles escape with Kurtzman, and then Donnie does his little research on April, and it's revealed that April's actually a half-clone mutant. Wait, no, not a clone. It was a half-human telepath mutant. That's why she has psychic powers. And then Mikey's just like, "Welcome to the family." That was a good line. And the episode ends. So this was a more weirder episode of Turtles, like I said. Not bad. I definitely have some memories of this episode. I'd probably give it like a low 7 out of 10. There are plenty of other greater episodes this season. I can't wait to talk about them. I don't know what the next episode is. I think it's Fungus Among Us. I can't wait to talk about that episode. That's the episode about fear. So that should be exciting. With that said, thanks for watching, and Turtle Power.